Well, yes, I'm back. Well, listen, I was so excited when I finished my sunrise shawl, and so many of you have sent me great messages and said how much you like the shawl. And, you know, like I say, sometimes when I find a stitch, I like to see what else I can do with it. And, you know, I thought, I'm just going to keep on working. And, like I said, I got lonely. And I thought, I'm going back and show my friends my second shawl. And this one is, let's go to Rio. Let's go to Rio Shawl. So, I just wanted to kind of share with you. This will be really nice, just a little different. I made a little change in the same pattern of the sunrise shawl, just to let you see. You know, I just didn't feel like I was done with it. Remember I said that sometimes I just like to work a stitch sometimes, and then something else will pop into my head and I'll go, well, let me try this. So, let me just get into what I came up with. I think you're going to like it, y'all. Well, first of all, here was some of my inspiration. And you know where I got this? The Dollar Tree. I was in there looking for something else. I can't even remember what now. But anyway, and they had gotten this new supply of fans. And I just thought they were so pretty, so I got several. I don't want to show you all of them right now because I'll use them for projects you know, when I'm doing my pictures. But isn't that pretty? And of course, you know, the Olympics. Now, you know I'm a big follower of tennis, but I love the other parts of the Olympics too. I love the gymnastics, and I love the track and field, you know. So I just said, okay, Jay, let's just go to Rio. Look, in my head. Look, in my head, people. So, I have a ticket, I have my fan, and I thought, well, you know what you need now? You need a shawl. You need a Let's Go to Rio shawl. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Okay, let me get everything ready, and I will show you my Rio shawl. Oh, and how'd you like the music? Okay, be right back. Well, okay, before we get to the Rio shawl, okay, this is the sunrise shawl, and of course I'll go over the pattern again just for those that didn't see the previous tutorial. But I wanted to let you know at the end, after I finished the tutorial and I was getting everything all cleared up and I was trying it on, and then lo and behold, it came to me that, you know, if I had just made this a little wider so that the lace would have a little more something to lay back on, I could simply turn this shawl, and you still could do yours, I could simply turn this shawl upside down and wear the lace at the neck, just like this. Because of the simple construction that I use. So I thought, is that showing up on the camera? Can you see it? Let me back just a little bit. And you can see it makes a beautiful neckline. You know, if you have on a necklace or something, if you want to wear it, of course, a beautiful pin or flower. I'll zoom back just to make sure. I'm trying to learn how to use my new camera. Okay, so that's it. This is the first shawl. So now, I've been busy, and this is my Rio shawl. Because I had the Vera Bradley purchase on the picture, and the name of that fabric that she used for that purse is called Rio. So I bought the purse, oh, some time ago, and I kept it because I knew, I knew that the Olympics, they were, going to Rio, and I thought then, Jay, you need to make some kind of project to go with that bag, and this is it. And I had not used black before, for a tutorial, and I thought this is perfect timing. And it's, like I said, it's the same stitch, but I've changed it just a little bit just to make it, okay, so for instance, this one is much wider. I got a little bobble there. But as you can see, the lace, it makes it stand up just a little bit more at your neck. Now, I've got to keep watching my camera to see how this black, since I've not worked with black on the camera. Oh, that's showing up pretty good. Let's see, can I move it back just a little bit? So that you can, now look at that lace coming down the front. Do you see that? All I did, and I'm going to walk you through it, but I turned it upside down. Now the lace is at the neck instead of like you would normally wear it. And of course you can add some pretty buttons here. There was just so much, and I thought, okay, you can accessorize it any way you like. And of course, the other way to wear it, I did more of a sweater. I wanted it to be more like a sweater wrap. I wanted it to be wider, and of course, this is the way. Man, I pulled that. I'm sorry, the little either the ring or this bracelet pulled my yarn, but it's on the inside, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And then this way, the lace will fall. Let's see, can I pull it up? The lace will fall to the outside edge. Does that make sense? See how that lace falls to the outside edge? Have this really pretty lace. I'm learning how to move it over. And so now your lace is on the outside. And at the neck, if you wore it this way, then you've got a beautiful sweater edge that we worked in garter stitch, remember? Well, what do you think of this? I'm telling you, I'm enjoying just coming up with things to share. Like I said, I had so many of you to enjoy the Jay's sunrise shawl. I could not stop, and I just had to finish, and I just knew that you would like this. And then plus I wanted to do this in black to match my Vera Bradley purse. So let me quickly go over the pattern again, and then I'm going to kind of walk you through it. I'm going to actually put the pattern up, well, the stitch up, and I don't have to really go row by row on this because it's the exact same one, but we're going to walk you through it, and you will be just fine. Like I said, it's just exactly like the other. I just made a few little, just a little difference, and use a different needle size. All right, let me clear it up. I'm telling you, I'm just having so much fun. And I'm excited to share it, and then plus I get to go to Rio in my head. Well, I can't get on an airplane. I got vertigo sometimes. I can't go to Rio. I can't fly in the plane. Look, I got a little vertigo sometimes. But I can always go by watching the Olympics and the music and learn and just hearing about Rio. And so, all my friends in Rio, I hope you join us here at Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. Okay, let me clear it up and we'll get started. Okay. Like I said, we're using the same stitch. And let me see, can I back out? Make sure that you can see the book again. And I'm using Nikki Epstein's book, Knitting on the Edge. Can you see it? Hope it's not too close. And like I said, one of my friend, she was so excited. She said, Jay, I went on Amazon. Like I said, it's kind of hard to find in stores unless you go to maybe Barnes & Noble, some big box stores maybe might still have it. She said, but I went on Amazon and they had, and she said they had like 11 left, and she said, I got me one. So I'm so glad my friend got her a book, and it is one, I don't care. This is one if you're going to work, like I said, I'm going to do a book review, so I don't want to get into it now, but this is one that when you see it on Amazon, get it. Like I said, I have a few of her books. I don't have the whole collection or a lot of her books because some of the things I just wouldn't make, or but the ones that I do have, they are a wealth, just a wealth of information and stitches, and like you say, if you follow or have looked at Nikki Epstein's work, her work is very unique, and it's her own brand, and it's just beautiful. But so in this book, just want to let you know where I got it. All right, I'm going to, again, we're going to do the Chevron, she called it Chevron Lattice. It's this lace stitch here, Chevron Lattice stitch, and for her particular stitch, she is calling for a cast on of 15 stitches to do this lace work. That's the stitch. It is 16 rows to make one complete repeat of the pattern. Okay, so we've gone over that. We have the book. Now, like I said, that's the stitch, but now we're going to make a shawl, and of course, we've got to add something to her stitch, otherwise it wouldn't be a shawl, would it? So this is where, learning to work our formulas from stitch books, how to take a stitch and create your own design. My things I keep simple for the very reason, like I say, I'm not a professional or any kind of expert. I'm just having fun. I've been knitting this way for years, and people would ask me, so all I'm doing is sharing. I'm not trying to change you or anything like that. I'm just sharing you, and if it helps you to make something for yourself or gift or then that's great. So this is the pattern from our sunrise shawl. I just wanted you to see it again, so you'll see how, as I walk you through the new formula for the Rio Shawl. It sounds like I'm saying Rio Shawl, and it's my southern accent. Rio Shawl. Okay. On the sunrise shawl, we were using the yarn that I used. You don't have to look at that. It was from Hobby Lobby. Oh, I do have it here. It was Dazzling. Okay. It was simply Dazzling. Okay. And it was, I used a size 7 because it's a little lighter. So I was using a US number 7. And of course, for that Chevron Lattice stitch from Nikki Epstein, cast on 15 stitches. Well, this is the formula that we use for that one. Now, in order to make this a little wider in width so that it really lays more like a sweater, it's more like a sweater wrap, I, of course, have to come up with a new formula. And this is just how easy you can do that. So, I simply, first of all, I'm going to use, now I don't have the black with me, but I'll pull out my regular standard. The black is Karen Simply Soft that I'm sure I got at Joann's. I buy a lot of Karen Simply Soft. It's something that a lot of you probably have in your stash. Remember, we're Stash Busters. Ghostbusters, Stash Busters. Oh, I love that Leslie Jones there. She is. It's just funny. Okay. But this is Karen Simply Soft. And of course, my color was black. You can pick any color you like. And they usually call for a size 8. It's a medium weight, and I normally always use US 8s on this yarn. So I went up a yarn size. I went up to my 8, just like I would normally do. All right, let's see what else we know about this pattern. Okay, now on the pattern, we know that her lace calls for, I think I need to take off this bracelet again, a cast on of 15 stitches. That's just to do the lace. So now we need to add something to the lace to make our shawl. So I'm right-handed, so the lace will fall on my left side of the shawl. It'll be on this side, so I'm going to put lace or pattern. That's the lace pattern right there. We know that is 15 stitches because she gave that to us. And then I'm going to put a marker. Now everything on this side of the marker is what I'm going to add to make my pattern, to make my shawl. Alright, on the sunset shawl, I had 3 for this right before the lace. I wanted something a little extra, so I just simply did a row of eyelet. So it's 3 stitches, so I'm putting the number 3 in that same place again. And it's, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. On every right side row, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. And it makes a nice little separation before the lace. Okay, then we need a section to increase into. We need to be able to increase this shawl. You'll start with a certain amount of stitches and then it widens out. And, I just find this one is just easy to help beginners to just, we'll do other shawls later, but this is just a good one. You can memorize this. You don't even need a pattern. The only pattern you'll need is for any kind of lace you want to do. But it works well on, as we go through, you'll see I'll find beautiful lace edging, and it works the same. So here on the sunrise shawl, I had 5 stitches. It's a section that I will add and eventually decrease, and I had 5 stitches. I just like an odd number, it works better. But since this lace is 15, I'm going to add 15 stitches right there. Ooh, wow, Jay, 15 stitches, yeah. That simply means once we start our increase, it will widen up. It will widen faster, and you don't have to make it as long to get the results. A lot faster. And of course, I want to end with something really nice at the neckline, and that's my neck border, and I'm going to stay with my 10 stitches that I had before, that I had on the previous shawl. And of course, now you have to do is just add up what you have. I have 15 for my lace, plus 3, plus 15 again, plus 10, and that will equal 43 stitches to cast on. 15 for the lace, and when you add it all up, it comes to 43 stitches on my US number 8. And we will start out and work it the exact same way. Whoops. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is knit 2 rows. After I cast on, just go ahead and knit 2 rows. And like I said, I'm going to give you an information, instead of going row by row. I'm going to put the stitch up on the screen, and any other information that you'll need. And this way, we can just talk now. Alright, that's where we are. Let me get the shawl back so that I can kind of, just talk you through what I did for my shawl. And then you can decide what you'd like to do. If you don't want it that wide, if you want to go wider, you can go 17 or 19. Oh, and this is the increase and the decrease section right there. Alright, I'll be right back. So I have the shawl laid out so that we can just talk now. And then, like I say, I will have him put the actual stitch up so that instead of going me re-knitting it stitch row by row, I'm simply going to talk you through it. All right, you'll need a few little markers, something like that. And, all right, let's get our formula. Remember, it's so much easier once you get in the habit of this. This is your formula. This is the pattern. All you have to do is just look at wherever you are on this line. One line, that's all it is. Not 2 or 3 pages or a couple of charts. You know, like I said, it's real simple to me, and I just, and I hope it makes sense to you. But, all right, if you look at my pattern, I hope it's showing up here. Let's see, let me just check. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so I cast on my 43 stitches and I knit 2 rows, right? So now I'll say I'm on the right side row after I knit the 2 rows. And I'm going to start, of course I'm knitting in this direction because I'm right-handed. You'd be the opposite if you're left-handed. But the first 10 stitches is garter stitch. That means I just knit every row I'm going to knit. So I knit the first 10 stitches right here. You see that? Let's see if I need to zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in just a little bit. I like my little zoom. Okay. All right, so I knit the first 10 stitches. Then the next 15 stitches are simply your regular stockinette. I'll knit on the front and I'll purl on the back. Knit on the front and purl on the back. Then the next 3 stitches, of course, I'll go back, garter stitch, put a marker. Do my knit 15 stitches, put a marker. Now I'm up to my 3 stitches. Those 3 stitches makes this beautiful eyelet row right there that you will always have a yarn over. So it's just knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1, and then put a marker. And then that last marker represents where your lace will start. Okay? So you'd start out, of course, on row 1 of the lace. And like I said, I'm going to have, once we finish talking, it will be on the screen and you can just kind of work back and forth. And of course, you can always go back to and reference the sunrise shawl. It's going to be identical. We just changed this number right here. Okay, so, but I do like to do this. I like to do rows 1 through 16 all the way through one complete time. Otherwise, we can't increase. We need to go all the way through rows 1 through 16 one time. Now, and that makes the first little scallop here. This one right here on the end. Then it's when we start the second time around, we will start increasing. As you go up, you will increase. And the increase is a simple, when you get to 1 stitch before, you know, this little 3-stitch section, you're just going to knit into the front and into the back of the stitch, and it'll be on the screen. And I also will give you the row count at the end. Once you finish going across and you finish a row of lace, I will give you the number of stitches you should have once you finish a row. Not before you start, but once you finish. Then that way you can it kind of helps you. You know, when you're new, you know, little things like this, it's so easy to get off with which row and how many stitches you should have. So that will be on the screen also. So, like I say, so we've gone through the pattern at least one time, 1 through 16. The next time around, I'll just go ahead, well, it'll be on the screen. Rows 1, 7, and 13, and it'll be on there. Those are my increase and decrease rows. So you see, the second time I start on row 1, I will remember in this section, right before the marker, knit into the front, into the back of that last stitch, slide the marker, and then I'm ready for this section. Make sense? Okay. Now, like I say, I'm using a lot more stitches here, so I didn't really want this shawl to be real long like the sunrise shawl. So for me, I only had to do 6 of these scallops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You count up and do however many you want. You may want yours longer, but I'm so short, and I really wanted this nice wide short little shawl and put my little flower corsage on it, and I just thought it was really pretty. Okay, so then once you reach however many scallops it takes to get up to where you want, up to your shoulder, or how many you want to do, you're going to mark it just like that. Just simple. Am I on camera? Just real simple. Then of course you'll start across the back, and the back there will be no increase or decreases. You will simply work the pattern rows 1 through 16. You're working the lace, but you're not increasing anything in here. And you will work that for at least, and usually on shawls I just do the same number. You can change the back and put however many repeats you want. So if I went up 6 for me, for the front, and then I'm going to do at least 6 for the back. Hold it up to me, see if 6 is enough. Sometimes you're broader in the back, and you might say, well, I think I better go more. But I like to do this little trick too. I always like, and sometimes I forget to tell you, but I'm remembering now. If I do 6 up and I want to do 6 across, I do 1 extra in the back so that I will always know where the center back. So if you want to put your little tag or name thing or whatever, however you want to mark the center back. So 6 up, but then I may do 7 across. Or if you do 8 up, then you may want to do 8 across and then that 1 extra 9. And then of course you'd match this side coming down. So I'm going to be doing 6 down. But anyway, you'd count across, and then of course you're going to mark that as you start down. We'll just pretend I didn't even count, but we'll pretend. Like I said, this is how fast this one goes. And of course, when you're going down, the decrease side goes down much faster than the increase side. Just like rolling down a hill. So let me see if I'm on camera on this side. Okay. Oh yes, I am. There I am right there. Okay. These cameras. Okay. So I'm on a decrease, and my decrease is as simple as my increase. When I get to 2 stitches before the marker on the decrease side, I will simply knit 2 together. And that'll be on the screen too. And then I'm going to do the chorus. I'm going to come all the way down, but just remember, when I get to the last repeat, when I get down near the bottom, to do this last little scallop, I want to be done with my decreases, because I want to be able to work this last scallop just like when I started, with no increase or no decreases. And you might say, well, Jay, I did that and I kind of came out with a little too many stitches or something. Well, that's okay. Just go, when you see, I start counting when I get to the scallop right before it, or a couple of scallops before it, to see where I am and to see, kind of figure out, make sure I didn't fall asleep. Look, people, knit happens. And so if I had 1 extra stitch maybe, then I would just knit 2 together on a row that didn't call for a decrease. That simple. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to sit here and count and worry. It's not that big a deal. So if you see, for a new person, if you see as you're getting closer and you're down to this section where you should not have any more decreases, you're just going to knit rows 1 through 16 as it is written. And maybe you had an extra stitch, just go ahead and decrease on that one, on row 1 again. And just knit 2 together. And then continue to knit on. Now, this is what I wanted to get to. So, I'm down to the last wrong side row, row 16. And of course, on row 16 and all the wrong side rows, you knit the lace. You knit the lace, all the lace stitches are knit. Well, just keep right on knitting. Knit across the whole wrong side row. You start here and just knit all the way across. Then, when you turn the work, now you're on the front of the shawl, and now you can simply bind off in knit stitches all the way across. Just bind off. Clip your yarn, pull through the last loop, and weave your tails in. And of course, then you can like I said, this is acrylic yarn, so there's not a lot of finishing. Lightly steam. Some people use those little hand steamers. I can't say I don't get one, but I'm just so used to my little ironing pad. It's just quick. And I simply make sure I'm on the wrong side. I never do it on the right side. I turn it over on my ironing pad, and I lay a pillowcase or cotton dinner napkin, and I just lightly steam, and I pull out my little points. I lay it and pull it out, steam, but I'm not pressing or, because this is acrylic yarn, and you really don't need to do a whole lot. That steam will take care of it. Or like I say, if you have a hand steamer, you can hand steam it and maybe kind of put it, in other words, you just kind of pull it in shape. But if you're one of those people that want to wet it, and then roll it in a towel and then pin your points, they're not sharp points, but you can lay it on a mat and actually pull these out and pin them. If you're that, I'm too impatient. I'm like ready to wear it. I'm ready to put it on and look pretty. And that is it. That's how simple this shawl is. I hope I had that on camera. I'll double check. That's how simple it is to start, go across the back, and come down the opposite side. Like I said, this could be a go-to construction because all we're going to ever do is change this. But, there's always a but. Of course, I've worked this stitch twice, so I won't work it again. I'll get a new stitch, but I got something really good to show you how to add on to this particular style of shawl. But I can't tell you now. So what'd you think of this? Do you like the idea of it? Do you see that it's one that you can really enjoy wearing and making? I want to grab my pen right quick. I do have a tutorial on these. Oh, listen. I'm trying to get more tech savvy. For all you, if you're new, if you look on this video, right down there under my name where it says Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. Okay. You put this one on pause and click on that. Or it may say, or look up at the top and see if it says playlist. If not, then click on my name. Put this one on pause, click on my name, Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. And then when the page comes up, then hit playlist. And I have separated all my videos in categories. My son was teaching me something. He tries to keep me busy so I don't bother him so much. He said, well, okay, we're going to set you up a playlist. So I have all Jay's crocheted tutorials. I have in separate. I have all the Jay's knit tutorials. I think I have road trips. I think I have Jay's friendship album. I can't remember. Oh, Jay's book reviews. So now you can simply go to my playlist. And like I say, if you're not a crocheter and you're just only interested in the knitted ones and don't know how to, have to kind of scroll down and look and see, there's a playlist and they'll be all in order. Or if you're a crocheter and really don't knit and you're like, but I wanted to do something to kind of help you to help you find things easier. Oh, Jay's accent. So this pin, that little funny yarn. Oh, there we go. Makes a beautiful pen, and I do have a tutorial on that too. That's my little signature. I just love that. Looks real pretty. It's a winner. Well, I believe this shawl is going to be a winner, like I say, because you can do it in any color. This style can also be done in thread weight yarn, just thread. I do use threads, but I only use like the size number 3. I think that's the size I use. I'm not really into the number 10s. It's just too tight and too small for me. And besides, it takes too long. But I do like a number 3 every once in a while. So we will do a project doing something with a number 3 in thread. So for those that really like this, this can be adapted to that, or it can, of course, be adapted into a thicker or heavier yarn or a colder shawl. but it's a good way to use up our stash. This is getting good double bang for your bucks. For, like I say, reach into our stash. This is just simply carrying yarn. You can try, you can look around your stash and see what other yarns you have. There's plenty of yarns that are the same weight that you might could use. Some of Deborah Norville's yarns would be great in this. Woolies would be great. That's a good size. Of course, Red Heart Soft. That's another size 8. You know, if you wanted to use out of your stash. So, I've tried to give you more for, you know, like I said, more bang for your bucks. Try to encourage you to simply to take one, you know, one formula and simply change one number and turn it into another style of the shawl, to wear it a little different, to be a little fancier, and yet you still have a beautiful lace. You still have this beautiful, beautiful lace at your neck, or you can wear it, turn it upside down, and put the sweater at your neck. Now, what do you think of that? Like I say, I believe this is going to be a go-to. I believe it's a winner. Well, let's sit back and enjoy the Olympics, enjoy our trip to Rio. Let's see who's going to win. Of course, I'll be watching the tennis. I hope Serena, I know Serena and Venus are going to be trying to win another gold at, you know, in the tennis. We'll see if Michael Phelps can win again in swimming. We'll see if Usain Bolt, what his name is, the guy that runs. We'll see if he could run, and you know, there's so many, and so I really get into it. I guess I better start me something else. I guess I better put something else on the needles too. You know, I like to work when I'm watching the Olympics or tennis, and I hope you do too. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've had fun. This is a short, quick video. I'm so excited to do something short sometimes. So, this is Jay. This is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam saying, let's go to Rio and enjoy your shawl. See ya.